Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some Monster High news. It's nothing too major, but, we got some new potions figures to talk about, and the fact that it seems like Mattel is starting to release new variants of old dolls, such as the core refresh dolls with pixelated screenings akin to Buried Secrets and most budget Barbie dolls. We'll get into why that's a problem, because a lot of people seem to not understand what a pixelated screening is. So I'll do my best to explain it, and if someone explains it better than I did in the comments, then I will heart and pin that. So without further ado, let's just get into it. We'll talk about the potions figures first, just because I'm not too into these, so it shouldn't take too long, but here we have Jennifer, Abby, Twyla, Cleo, Deuce, and Draculaura, because you can't make a series of potions without Draculaura. She's always got to be there. Genuinely, she's in every single wave. She's inescapable. Also, can we talk about how fast they're cranking these little shits out? Jesus Christ. We're already on wave 6 overall. That's insane. They've made so many of these. I get it, they must be selling really well. I personally, when I see them at Target, they are usually, pretty close to being sold out. That's why I haven't gotten the Toralei and Claudine pack yet. I can't find that series anymore. So if anyone has an unwanted Toralei and Claudine set, I guess DM me, because I do still want that Toralei. But yeah, these things seem to sell really well. I haven't seen Wave 3 in stores at all, I don't think. No, I have. It's the green one. I've seen it. Basically, these things are coming out way too fast. They're making so many. The most interesting ones of the set are Jennifer, Abby, and Deuce, because these are their first figures in the Potions series. Jennifer's just seems to be a recreation of her original basic doll, her core release, which is fine. It's not a problem or anything. It's just interesting to me, because usually they just kind of make something up for the outfit. This isn't Abby's core outfit. This is just a random outfit that they created for her. She's very cute, though. I think they did a good job with her. Deuce looks like the nerd emoji hitting that, actually with sticking the finger up. That's how he looks to me. I know he's not fully sticking his finger up. He's kind of just doing, this little, he's, pinching his fingers together, it looks like. I don't know. But, yeah, it looks like he's hitting the nerd emoji. His lips are insane. I think he's got bigger lips than me. Cleo looks good. If anything, this one looks inspired by her core refresh, but not fully inspired by it, because, she is still a bit different. She's not wearing the same exact outfit. I like the pants. Sometimes I see these potion figures and I'm like, can they make this outfit into an actual doll outfit, please? I really want this outfit Cleo's wearing to be an actual doll outfit. It would be such a cute fashion pack. I think we need G3 fashion packs. It would be really nice. Twyla's cute. I don't really care. This is her third release in Potions. Christ. This figure's cute. Seems to be based on her Fear Book. Her Fear Book release. It looks nice. And yeah. Like I said, there isn't much to go over here. Oh wait, Draculaura. Also based on Fear Book. This is really cute. Don't get me wrong. Draculaura has super cute potion figures, but God, she has so many, she just has so many of them. But this is still a good figure, you can't really deny that. It's a very nice, good-looking figure. Anyway, on to the pixelated conundrum. So, this is something Mattel has been doing for a long time. They've been doing pixelated Barbie screenings for a very long time. And it does look worse on Barbie. Here's your average pixelated budget doll. Or in some cases, a pixelated collector doll, because there's photos of this Chinese New Year Barbie famously floating around with a pixelated screening. For a $50 budget doll, this is insane. But considering that Mattel is starting to do it for the standard $25 Monster High dolls, it's not looking so good. It's looking like Mattel is aiming to cut corners however they can. And keep in mind, this most likely is not entirely due to tariffs. I'm not defending tariffs. I think they suck and should not be happening. But this is something that Mattel would have had to plan, in advance. So, sure, there's a chance they started planning for this before the current presidency. But, most likely this has been in development for around a year. because that's how long doll production tends to take. Now, keep in mind this Draculaura has been out for a while, but Buried Secrets Wave 2 just released. That series would have had to be in production for about a year, and unless the pixelation was a last-minute change, which unfortunately we have no way to confirm unless a designer steps forward and tells us, which I don't know if they would ever do. It seems like they were planned to have pixelated screenings from the start, meaning Mattel has been planning to pivot to this cheaper, worse-looking method of printing the faces for a while now. Pixelation is a problem because not only does it mean the paint is lower quality, that's why it's pixelated, that's why it looks so terrible. It's a very cheap way to print the faces on, and it overall just shows that Mattel is more interested in making a larger profit because they're still selling the dolls for the same exact amount of money, but now they have a lower quality method of painting the face on, which is cheaper for them to do, meaning that all this does is increase Mattel's profit margins. They're just saving a little money to make even more. But honestly, seeing Mattel, go back and make changes on older dolls that have been on shelves for a while is just strange. I don't know. It's similar to the G3 Abby situation, where people were waiting for her to get a Saran variant, and instead of that happening, she's just been getting shorter and shorter hair on every new re-release she gets in stores. Every new batch seems to have even shorter hair than the last. When my girlfriend was here, we bought her an Abby, and her hair was way shorter than mine, who I got at launch. I got Abby from Amazon when she first came out, and mine had the proper hair length because she was brand new. The newer Abbies seem to have much shorter hair. Sometimes it even stops around the waist. I don't know, it's just very strange to see Mattel suddenly go back and make these changes just to make a little more money. I feel like they make the most money when the doll is brand new, so later batches, they're just oh, whatever, cut the quality. But they never did that before with Monster High. That wasn't something they did before, so seeing them do it now sets an alarming precedent for the future, I would say. So that's why this pixelated Draculaura popping up, I believe in India? That's what I've heard, but I could be wrong about where this doll was found. But that's why seeing this Draculaura, who was originally released with the original screening printing method, is alarming, to say the least. Because, unfortunately, I'm a part of this because I did buy Buried Secrets Toraline. I had to. I'm sorry. But unfortunately, when we buy the pixelated screening dolls, it shows Mattel that we're okay with it, so... Not to mention, since it is less noticeable on a Monster High doll compared to a doll with a much smaller face and smaller facial features like Barbie, most people, their target audience, especially children, aren't gonna notice the pixelation. I feel like most kids, when they grab a Barbie, maybe they can tell something is off about the face if they really look at it, but most kids don't care as much as adult collectors do, which I think just kind of goes to show that this probably isn't going to go away. Mattel is probably going to continue to pixelate screenings. Hopefully, if they insist on doing this for the deluxe dolls, they only do it after the dolls have been on shelves for over a year. Because this Draculaura, she released in late 2023. So, with this doll being found in 2025, at least it was a full year after her original release, meaning that most people who already bought this doll already have the original screening and not the pixelated one. So I don't know, maybe this is a way to incentivize us to buy faster. I'm not sure. But either way, it's not the best, so I'm really hoping that no more pixelated variants pop up, but it's kind of seeming likely that they might. They're starting to pixelate playset dolls too, like the Draculaura scooter set, so I don't know. It really just seems like Mattel is penny pinching wherever they can. I don't know, some of you might think I'm overreacting, but Mattel, as a billion-dollar company, the biggest toy company in the world, should know to do better. It was never acceptable that they were using poly hair on G3, but again, we just accepted it because Monster High was back, and what are you gonna do, not buy the dolls? Yeah. But, unfortunately a lot of us did buy them, myself included. Why is my Nagito Komaida on the floor? Sorry if that jump scared you. But anyway, what I'm saying is that Mattel deserves criticism here. Just because these are aimed at kids doesn't mean kids don't deserve high quality printing, high quality faces, high quality accessories, high quality materials. Because that's what we used to get. In the 2010s, like, that's not that long ago. The 2010s was not that long ago. That's when we were getting really good quality from Mattel. The early 2000s was probably some of the best quality, I would say. I don't know. Early 2000s Barbies just hit different, and so do the early 2010s Barbies. Monster High, the original release, had good quality. It had its flaws, but it was very good quality. And G3 started out pretty good quality if you ignore the poly hair. Most of the dolls that they've released so far have been good quality. So I'm just hoping that we don't have to see a huge dip before Mattel pivots back to what we liked before. I don't know. Maybe I'm not making sense. It's like 7 in the morning when I'm recording this. But basically, I just wanted to rant. I just don't think this is acceptable for them to do all of a sudden. Anyway, you guys are free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, the pixelation isn't that terrible looking on Monster High in comparison to something like Barbie, where it's a much smaller screening, and thus the pixels are a lot more noticeable. But I still don't think we should just roll over and accept this. Like, I don't know. I just think that them doing this all of a sudden means that other budget cuts are to come. So, I don't know. I don't know what we can do about this other than just not buy the pixelated stuff, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!